We will start with the beginning of the universe itself. Okay, so when did the universe come into origin? It is said to be somewhere about 13.5 billion years ago. The universe came into existence somewhere about 13.5 billion years ago. Once the universe was formed, then came into existence galaxies, where the galaxies came into existence somewhere around 10 billion years ago. The galaxies came into existence somewhere around 10 billion years ago. Once the galaxies were formed, the galaxies had constellations within them. The galaxies had constellations within them because galaxies comprise of billions and billions of galaxies. When billions and billions of galaxies comes together, that is when constellations come together. That is when a galaxy is formed. These constellations are formed by several stars, where one such star is our sun. One such star is our sun, where the sun came into existence somewhere about around 5 billion years ago. Once the sun was formed, we had planet Earth, which came into existence about 4.6 billion years ago. Once Earth came into existence, Moon also came into existence about 4.3 billion years ago, whereas life on Earth came into existence somewhere about 1.6 billion years ago, whereas humans came into existence anywhere from 1 to 1.2 million years ago. 1 to 1.2 million years ago. This is when life on planet Earth came into existence. Okay, so if you look at the universe from a geological time scale, humans came into existence just about yesterday. It's as if humans came into existence not even yesterday, just now. From a geological time scale point of view. But you can see around you, humans have already changed the face of Earth to a drastic extent. Not for the best, but for the worst. But for the worst. And what is happening now? See, if you take planet Earth as a living being, if you take planet Earth as a living being, okay, we humans are like the virus. We humans are like the virus which is plaguing Earth with numerous diseases. See what happens when a human gets fever or any mammal gets fever. What happens? The body temperature rises, correct? The body temperature rises. It is a natural defense mechanism against any particular invasion. The same thing is happening with Earth as well, which we recognize it as global warming. We recognize it as global warming. So whenever you have a virus infecting a particular mammal as humans, the body temperature rises, the immune system starts to fight against it. So what will happen? Either the virus will kill the human or the immune system will kill the virus. The same thing is going to happen with Earth and humans as well. Either the Earth will respond and life on Earth will come to an end as we know it, or humans will succeed in killing Earth itself. Okay? And we will be forced to move on to another planet. What I'm trying to say, either way, the future is not very bright. We have already left garbage on Mars. We have already dumped garbage on Mars. We go to Mars today, you have garbage. Man-made garbage already on Mars. That is the case. So coming back to our universe, the origin or the beginning of the universe. Okay. So coming to your beginning of the universe or the origin of everything. The beginning of universe is nothing but the beginning of everything. Now, the most popular theory or the most accepted theory when it comes to the origin of a universe is your Big Bang theory. Is your Big Bang theory. What is the Big Bang theory? It is an idea. It's an idea that the universe came into existence all of a sudden. That the universe was born. It came into existence all of a sudden, and hence the universe is not infinite. The Big Bang theory actually tries to prove that the universe is not infinite. But until the Big Bang theory was accepted, we used to have several different theories which try to explain the existence or the origin of the universe. One such popular theory is Hoyle's steady state theory. It was given by Fred Hoyle. So this theory is contrary to the Big Bang theory. What the Hoyle steady state theory says is that the universe did not have a beginning. If the universe did not have a beginning, the universe will not have an end. The universe has existed and will always continue to exist in this steady state. Hence, it is known as Hoyle's steady state theory. But even though it says that the Hoyle steady state theory says that the universe will continue to exist in a steady state, it does accept the fact that the universe is expanding. The universe is expanding. So, if Hoyle says it is in a steady state, then how can you accommodate the fact that it is expanding? If it is expanding, then it means that it is not in a steady state. So what he explained was that by steady state, he meant the universe always maintains constant average density. Density is what? Mass by volume. Now, if the universe is expanding, what is increasing? Mass or volume? If the universe is expanding, what is increasing? Volume. Expanding, what is increasing? Volume is increasing. Volume is increasing. If volume increases, what will happen to density? Density will decrease. So then how can you maintain constant average density? You have to create mass. So Hoyle said it maintains constant average density by creating matter. By creating matter. So even though it is constantly expanding, it is continuously generating or creating new matter, where this new matter which has been created will be used up for forming new stars and galaxies in the universe, and thereby we are able to maintain constant average density and hence a steady state. Is this understood? This is what Hoyle's steady state theory actually tries to explain. But considering the number of evidence that we have to support the Big Bang theory, Hoyle's steady state theory has been more or less discarded. Hoyle's steady state theory has been more or less discarded, and as of today, the most accepted theory to explain the origin of the universe is nothing but your Big Bang theory. And the three most important evidence to support the Big Bang theory. One is your Einstein's general theory of relativity. Einstein's general theory of relativity. Second is your Edwin Hubble. who discovered that the universe is constantly expanding. And the third is the detection of cosmic background radiation. Cosmic background radiation, generally microwaves. It is generally microwaves. It is generally microwaves. Okay. So here I've just given you a small definition. Between 13 to 15 billion years ago, all the matter and energy known in the cosmos was crammed into a tiny compact point. The Big Bang theory explains how the universe expanded from a very high density and high temperature state. This everybody knows. You all know about this. So continuing with this Big Bang theory. Okay. So continuing with this Big Bang theory, see, if you accept the Big Bang theory, if you accept the Big Bang theory, it means what? The universe had an origin. The universe had an origin. So, if the universe had an origin, or if the universe had a beginning, then does it mean that the universe will have an end? The universe had a beginning, then does it mean that the universe will have an end? So, if the universe can have an end, can there be another origin after this end? So what I'm trying to say is, can there be another universe after this universe? So if you can have another universe after this universe, was there a universe before our universe? That is not known to us. That is what we are still trying to identify. That is what we are still trying to discover, because the Big Bang theory is still a theory. It has to be proven. It has to be proven. So this actually shows as to how the universe came into existence. There was nothing, and in a matter of few seconds, you had everything. You had everything. Now, if at all the Big Bang theory is true, and the universe had an origin, and the universe can have an end, it means that maybe there's a possibility that you can have another universe, and hence before our universe, we had another universe. So that point where one universe comes to an end and another universe begins, that point, that moment, it is known as the Big Bounce. It is known as the Big Bounce. If at all the Big Bang theory is true, if at all it is true, it is known as the Big Bounce, where all laws of physics known to man break down. Nothing that we know, nothing that you've studied in school about physics, nothing will apply here. Why? Because at this instant, at this moment, you don't have matter, you don't have time, you don't have space. So if you don't have matter, you don't have mass, you can't have energy. If you don't have time, take any simple physics formula. Can you apply it here? Absolutely not. Therefore, everything that humans have understood about physics will not apply here. That is if the Big Bang theory is actually true. That is why in order to explain Big Bounce and Big Bang theory, people are now trying to combine the general theory of relativity plus quantum mechanics, which will be known as quantum electrodynamics. So when we'll be able to combine these two theories, general theory of relativity talks about heavenly bodies, massive objects, whereas quantum mechanics talks about tiny things, microscopic. So when you combine these two theories, we'll get quantum electrodynamics, and maybe this theory will be able to explain Big Bang. We don't know, if at all. That is the attempt which is being made. So, what the Big Bang theory is trying to say, what is it trying to say? There was a point in time around 13 to 15 billion years ago where everything that is present in this universe as of today, all matter, all radiations, everything was crammed into a very, very, very tiny, very, very tiny, hot, dense mass. Like you could hold the entire universe at the tip of a needle. The entire universe was present in the tip of a needle. And then you had the Big Bang, where from that hot, dense, tiny mass, the entire universe expanded. And when the universe expanded, that expansion is known as the Big Bang. Is known as the Big Bang. But contrary to the understanding that we have, contrary to the term bang, there was no explosion. There was no bang. For a bang, you need matter for sound to propagate. There was no matter. If there is no matter, you can't have sound. It was nothing but a sudden expansion of matter. And when this expansion took place, that is when matter came into existence. That is when time started. That is when energy came into existence, and that is when you had space. So everything that is known to us, matter, time, energy, space, came into existence after that Big Bang. So once this Big Bang took place, within the billionth of a trillionth of a second, the entire universe expanded exponentially, and this stage of exponential expansion of the universe, you can see it here. Suddenly it expands. This is known as the stage of inflation. This is known as the stage of inflation, when the universe suddenly expands exponentially. The stage of inflation. Now, once the universe expanded exponentially, over a period of time, the rate of expansion started to come down. It started to slow down. So the rate of expansion started to slow down. The universe started to cool down, and it started to become less dense. It started to become less dense over a period of time. But within 3 minutes of the Big Bang, gluons came together to form quarks. This is within 3 minutes. Came together to form quarks. Quarks came together to form hadrons, where the stable hadrons, you can have several different types of hadrons, subatomic particles. The stable hadrons, that is your protons and neutrons, they came together to give rise to your first atom. This was within 3 minutes. But it was still a positively charged atom. You still do not have electrons. It is still positively charged. So this is when, for the first time, you had what? H plus. You had H plus. And this continued for another 3,80,000 years approximately. For another 3,80,000 years, this continued, where matter fought with antimatter. Who won? Matter won, antimatter won? Matter won. That is why all of us are made up of matter. If antimatter would have won, we would have called antimatter as matter, this matter as antimatter, simple as such. Okay, but what we, as of today, whatever we are made up of, we are calling it as matter. What we are not made up of, we are calling it as antimatter. Antimatter and matter fought with each other, and matter won against antimatter. Okay, so around 3,80,000 years, you only had positively charged particles, where the entire universe was made up of hot, dense plasma. It was very hot, it was very dense, it was plasma. Out from where no electromagnetic radiations could escape. No electromagnetic radiations could ever escape. Therefore, it is very difficult for us to understand what happened before 3,80,000 years. Because whatever we are trying to study about the universe, we are trying to study how? Through electromagnetic radiations that were generated millions and billions of years ago. Only through those electromagnetic radiations. But before that, 3,80,000 years ago, all that electromagnetic radiation was scattered. Light was scattered. It was only after 3,80,000 years an electron was absorbed, and for the first time you had a neutral atom. And once a neutral atom was formed, for the first time the universe became transparent. When I mean transparent, electromagnetic radiations could actually escape. And hence we are able to now witness, we are able to measure electromagnetic, we are able to detect electromagnetic radiations. And once a neutral hydrogen atom was formed, two hydrogen atoms came together to form a hydrogen molecule. And once hydrogen molecules were formed, many molecules came together, clumped together to form a very big ball of gas. Under gravity, they collapsed, giving rise to a star. Giving rise to a star. And when several stars came together, you had galaxies, and the rest is history. Rest is history. Is this understood? Is this understood? Clear? So this actually explains the birth of the universe. You can see it here. Not very important, but just a diagram to show how the universe suddenly expanded exponentially, and then the rate of expansion actually started to slow down.